I'm still kind of sick, but not as sick as yesterday. It's like 10 p.m. right now, and I'm tired for once. But let's start this. Today's video is going to be about an unfortunate day for me. This happened a couple of days ago. How this day usually starts is that my mom wakes me up at 7:30 a.m. She wanted me to help her move the dishes from the garage. What are the dishes doing in the garage, you ask? So a month ago, my mom decided to put all the dishes in the garage, right? Because we had a shit ton of dishes that were dirty and there were no other space to put the dirty dishes other than the counter. She puts the dishes in a big bucket and fills it with water because water usually makes it easier to take the dirt off the dishes. Like when you scrub in with water and then you just leave it, and the dirt is a lot easier to take it off. You feel me, man? So it sits there in the garage. We were supposed to take it in, but we were only supposed to take it in because we was only supposed to let the water sit with the dishes for a few days. We forgot about it because my mom was so focused into getting the money for me and Yuri to go to Atlanta and for her going to France and visiting this guy that she liked. Yuri and I could have put in the housework, but we were lazy. When we came back, something was wrong with the garage. The garage smelled like a dog took a fat piece of shit. Somebody then pissed on it. And the humidity it just made it much fucking worse. The water got so rotten with the dirt, it stuck up the whole fucking garage, my nigga. So me and my mom poured the water out because the water was sticking up the house, not the dishes. When we poured the water out, we could just smell it from the fucking streets, bro. It just smelled fucking great. It stunk that bad, dude. Mom and I finally brought the dishes inside, and my mom washed the dishes while I went back to sleep. 4 hours later, so around like 11:30 a.m., she wakes me up again. She told me that we had to go to the high school that I'm going to for freshman year because I had to take a picture and get my schedule and all that shit. The thing ended at 6 p.m., but no one had to be there until it ended. I asked why couldn't I show up earlier, and it was because she was working at 1 p.m., and we have less than 2 hours to take a shower, get dressed, and leave there. So we did all of that shit and got my schedule. Quick disclaimer, I have driver's education for 3rd trimester this year. A nigga taking a driver's class, bruh. So I went home and noticed that a bike was missing. So a week ago, I borrowed a bike from Jake. Jake is one of my friends that I believe I mentioned in a few of my videos ago. That bike was missing by the time I got home. My first thought was, oh shit, my friend's bike is stolen. What am I gonna tell this guy? Then I went inside that my brother wasn't home. My second thought was, oh man, Yuri took the bike without my permission. This sucks dick. Literally 10 minutes later, he tried sneaking in, thinking that my brother and I didn't know shit about him not being home and that he took the bike that I borrowed. Then I opened the door on him. Then Yuri and his 2 friends were dead silent for like 10 seconds. I told him not to take that bike and that he should find another one to use. An hour later, I biked to Jim's house. I returned the bike, sat at his house, talking about what we was going to do for the next 15 minutes. We went to Taco Bell and sat there for a couple hours. Jim told me the plug for having like a couple of dollars worth of change. Couple of dollars? You guys must be poor as fuck! Not for our local Taco Bell. See, there's this game at our Taco Bell. You can put a nickel, dime, or a quarter on top and try to get your coin to the yellow platform. If you win, you get food for technically cheaper. A quarter can win you a bean burrito. A dime can get you a softer hard shell taco. And a nickel can win you cinnamon twisters. Only in Anoka. So I doubt you'll find this game at any other Taco Bell near your area. So I spent like 55 cents and me and Jim just got full as hell. Then we went to Damien's to see if he could hang out. He's been grounded since last Friday because he forgot to take the trash out. So this young looking kid was sitting on the stairs outside of the apartment and I sat on a chair while Jim was buzzing Damien's home to come in. Because Damien lives in an apartment. We sat there for like a minute and we got to the point where Jim and I thought he wasn't home. Then Jim looked at the parking lot behind the apartment and Jim saw Damien's mom's car. So we knew someone was home. Then we went to the front of the building and we noticed that the kid wasn't sitting at the stairs. I guess someone wants to answer Jim's buzz. The kid went back out because he probably noticed that his family wasn't home or whatnot. I don't know what the fuck he was there for. So we buzzed again. The door opens again and Jim enters as I wait out there with this young looking guy. A few seconds later, this kid tells me that a couple of my friends went out through the back door. I snuck to the back and saw Jim and Damien for like a few seconds. When they went back into the building, I quickly went back to the chair as I was sitting. This sounds like I went undercover to spy on some shit, like on a couple of dudes. So Jim and I left to Isaiah's. Isaiah was on the phone with Bob. If you don't remember, I was talking about Bob a couple of videos ago. Isaiah stopped playing PS4 with Bob to hang out with Jim and I, which made Bob even more mad. So that video I made saying that Bob, I mean Chris Farley, I mean 4Pac, the fake fat faggot fuck, he got me into the principal's office for threatening to kill him over Minecraft. Ever since I made that video, he just got so butthurt. He even said he wanted to beat me up. Good luck with that, 4Pac. So Isaiah, Jim, and I went to Taco Bell, then Jim's brother and Will came, then Caleb came, and then Bob came. Everybody wanted me to roast his ass, but I just sat there like a pussy. Later, Will and Jim's brother left. Bob let everybody but me use his VR because he was salty about that video I made. I'm not deleting that video, by the way. Dislike my shit all you want. It was like 7 p.m. and we was about to leave, and then a thunderstorm came. Bob was too much of a scaredy cat to go outside because he thinks his Peter Griffin looking ass thought he would get struck by lightning. So we sat there for another couple of hours at Taco Bell. Then Isaiah's mom picked up Isaiah and his fat friend 4Pac, leaving me, Jim, and Caleb at Taco Bell. After a few minutes, we came to a conclusion that we couldn't sleep at each other's houses. I was the first one to leave to walk home. I stopped walking under the bridge, and I looked at Google Maps to see if I could get a ride from anyone's parents who lived by. Because who wants to walk 3 miles in a thunderstorm and while it's raining too? Bryce was the only one who I could go to. I haven't hung out with him in like a couple of months. Luckily, Bryce's dad could bring me home right before he was about to go to bed. I was wet, so rip me. Before we entered the highway, we saw Jim walking home. Bryce called his name and Jim just ignored us. He probably doesn't like Bryce. Also, on the way home, we saw lightning. It was scary. Thank God I didn't have to walk 3 miles in that bitch. I got home all wet. I dried myself and changed clothes. Keep in mind, it was cold outside and so I was shivering. A few minutes later, my mom came home. She was pissed and she straight up fucking grounded me for 2 weeks straight for not being home at 8 p.m. She was acting like I was in the streets the entire time during the rain when really the majority of the time I was inside of Taco Bell. She wouldn't really let me explain shit to her, like always. I wake up the next day and I felt like ass. The reason why I don't like rain, because it's pretty much the main reason how I ever get sick. So if anyone asks me if I want to bike in the rain or walk to a friend's in the rain, I'm going to say no, for health and safety reasons. Before I end the video, a lot of my subscribers wanted me to roast Bob by pictures and just had me dying of laughter in the background. The main reason is that Bob has been talking a lot of shit behind people and that he wants to roast people in high school. In my high school, if you're one of the motherfuckers who like to talk shit, your ass gets beat or you just become one of the motherfuckers who no one likes and or hangs out with. I'm not trying to be about that life. So, I will make a roast video all about Bob, but just not this one. I know I already kind of talked shit about Bob. I don't think I should just give all my effort about roasting him in this video. I'll just leave it on a whole nother video. But if you like the video, please like, subscribe for daily uploads. Sorry if my voice sounds a little iffy. Like I said, I'm sick. I feel like ass. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
Big Lowe's on the track, boy.